Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to go through how you can remove acrylic nails at home using no e-file, just using a hand file and just some acetone. It's super easy, super quick, so if you are interested, keep on watching. So the first thing I'd recommend is grabbing some acetone. This is just 100% pure acetone. It is very inexpensive. I have gotten this from Walmart almost a year ago for I think like $4 or $5, so it's really inexpensive and it lasts a really long time. Also, you probably have seen some YouTube videos about you soaking your acrylic nails in water and stuff. Just let me save you some time because that stuff does not work, and if it even does, it takes so long. So this is the best bet. I know everything is closed, so you can either order this online off of Amazon, or maybe do it with regular nail polish remover, but it is going to take a really long time because regular nail polish remover doesn't have 100% acetone. So yes, so you'll need acetone. We will need a little bowl to put the acetone in and dip our nails into, so make sure that the bowl can fit your nails. So the next thing we'll need is a pair of nail cutters. This is just to cut off the length of your nails, just so it saves us some time, so you don't have to get through and soak all this length off. Then I'm just using an old cuticle pusher. This is just to push off the excess gunk that you'll see that will come off after every time we dip into the acetone bowl. You'll get what I'm going to be using this for when I actually do use it. It's pretty much to scrape off the acrylic that will be melting. And then I do have a disposable buffer, and also I do have a nail file. This again is to file off the acetone that is going to be melting off of the nails, and it just makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to use this nail file to file off the gel top layer, just because if that layer is still on there, the acetone is not going to soak through the gel. So you do want to make sure that if you do have gel polish, which most acrylic nails do, make sure you do file that off. Alright, so I've kind of zoomed in a little bit just so I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing next. So I'm just going to grab my nail clippers and I'm going to start by cutting the length. So when I cut my nails, I do like to cut them so I can see my natural nail. So then I'm just going to cut up to here, so you don't want to cut into your natural nail. So I'm just going to grab my nail cutter and I'm going to start. Now acrylic does snap, so it might fly everywhere, so you just want to be careful, but just be aware that they do kind of fly everywhere. So I'm just going to cut this, and love how this one didn't. Oh, see, it just kind of snaps off. So then I'm going to do that to all of my nails. So after I have all of my nails cut, I'm going to start buffing all of the shine off. I am also going to put a paper towel underneath, so I'm not making a big mess on here. Okay, so now I have my paper towel down. I'm just going to take my nail file, and you'll see I'm going to buff out all of this shininess you see. So in a little bit you'll see that you won't even be able to see the light on it because I don't want any light, so you can see already. So the reason we do this is so the acetone can actually penetrate into the acrylic, otherwise it's not going to. Now if you have a drill at home, it would be a little bit easier. I do have a drill at home, but I know most people don't have access to a drill right now. So you can see I have buffed all of my nails. Now if you do have a drill at home, I do recommend taking some of the layer off a little bit just because it will again save some time, but just for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to be using a drill. So you can see I got majority of it off. If you want to kind of save more time, I do recommend to start kind of filing off the gel polish as well. So you can see in some places I don't have gel polish anymore, so it really doesn't take much time. You can use a more coarse nail file. I think that's what I'm going to go do. I'm just going to switch nail files to something more coarse that will help speed up the whole process. So I just went and got something more coarse from my nail file collection, and all I'm going to do is continue doing the same thing. So this one's a little bit more coarse, so it'll be a little bit faster, but I'm just going to rough it up a little bit more, and then we'll move on to the other process. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab my bowl. So here's my little bowl, and honestly you do not even need that much of acetone, just a little bit, just enough that your fingers can submerge. So I'm not going to fill this whole bowl up. I'm just going to put a little bit, so maybe even just like that much, just so I can submerge all of my fingers in. So I'm just going to pour that in. That should be good. And I'm going to submerge my fingers in. Now I know you see a lot of these tin foil stuff as well, but I just feel like that's really time consuming, and I've just found this is the best way, even at working at home, just to put it into a bowl instead, because I know the tinfoil way and with cotton does work, but it takes so long to do that. So I'm just gonna keep it in here for about 5 minutes and I'll show you the progress. Alright, so it's honestly been only 2 minutes, but I can see the gel layer already pulling off, so I just wanted to show you the first layer, and I'm going to repeat this process a few more times until the acrylic comes off, but right now I'll show you what is happening with the gel polish. So you can see, and this is why this comes in handy now, is because you can just scrape this right off. And guys, this way, honestly, your natural nails do not get ruined one bit at all. So this is a really safe way. I would recommend, doing it this way, because underneath this all, guys, my nails have been really healthy and they were growing really long, and I want to keep that length. So that is why I like to now do it this way. I know even I am guilty of it. I used to rip my nails off, and honestly it was so bad for my nails. But yeah, guys, just do this. Now you can see the layer is off. So now I'm just going to start with the acrylic layer. So I know it looks like a big mess now, so that's again where the nail file does come in place. So I'm just going to take the nail file and just file this off again, so it just kind of buffs it up again and ready for the acrylic. Now another quick tip is that once this hand is in here, make sure you do have it covered if you want it to be fast. So just put a towel on top of it or something, because that way the heat is trapped and it just helps it be faster. So I'm just gonna buff it all off. But yeah, you can see my nails are super long underneath there, and I want to keep that length, and I want my nails to be healthy. I don't want that length and have them be weak. So yeah, so what I like to do is just put a show on or whatever, watch a movie while you do this, because it's not too long of a process, but it does take quite some time. But it's not too bad, maybe 10-15 minutes the most. So yeah. And now once this is all good, again, I'm going to put it into the acrylic and soak it again. Another 5 or 2 minutes. That was literally 2 minutes. But since now we're going into the acrylic, it might take a little longer. Alright, so I'm going to take it out of the bowl. So that's what they look like now. And I'm just going to start by scraping. I want to show you guys what it looks like. So I'm going to scrape and look at that. It's really satisfying, to be honest, but it kind of comes off as like in a jelly consistency because it is melting the acrylic away, so it's really, you know, it's working. So you will have to repeat this a couple times, to be honest, like I would say maybe 3-4 times. Again, I'm not really keeping them in there for that long though, so you want to be fast and get all the nails, because then it just kind of gets dried up. The acrylic dries up again, the acetone dries up, and then the acrylic hardens again. So after I'm done that, again, I'm going to take my nail file and I'm going to buff it out so it's nice and smooth again. So this process takes it all off, like completely off of your nails. If you want, you can also keep a thin layer if your nails are not healthy, just so it keeps them a little bit stronger for until we can get our nails done. But that's just a little tip, I would say, if you want to keep them, but I am going to remove all of it because I am going to do a gel set on myself. So yeah. So I'm just gonna dip this back in for another couple minutes, and then I think it should be completely off almost. So yeah, you know, I'm just filing off the length a little bit as well, because it's melting off, because there is a tip that was put on this before, so the tip is now melting. But yeah, honestly, your best friends in this process is the acetone and this nail file. So this is honestly all you need to get this done effectively. And we're not even going to ruin any of our natural nail, and I want to show you guys the after because my nails are going to look really nice and healthy. Alright, so I'm going to take it out once again. As you can see, it's completely, actually almost gone off of my nail. So yeah, I think this is going to be the last time because I think I can just buff them all out now, because I don't have acrylic left on them anymore. Now, because you do dip your hand in the acetone so often, your hands, like up to where you've dipped them, will get dry. But I am going to be filming a video right after this for how you can give yourself a manicure at home, so be sure to watch that. I will link it in the eye above. But yeah, so they're actually almost off completely, so I'm just going to take the nail file one more time, a lot more carefully, because my nails are so thin now because they're back to their natural self. So I'm just gonna lightly take it. This one's not even that coarse, so it's not too bad. Just gonna take it and I'm going to remove it. You can also use one of the buffing blocks. This is the perfect time to use it now. But I'm just going to get off the acrylic. I think I might just do it one more time to get it completely off, and then we'll come to shaping them and buffing them. Alright, and for the last time, I'm going to take it out, and look how nice and clean they look again. And I'm just going to scrape any any extra that I have left. I don't have too much, as you can see. It's not really scraping much of it because I don't have a lot of it left because it's all melted, so that means it's all off. Yay! Okay, now let's move on to the next step. Okay, next I'm just gonna grab that same nail file and we're just going to buff very gently, because now we're working on your natural nail, so you don't want to buff or file away too much. And next I'm just going to take this file again. I'm going to shape my nails. So I'm going to go in for a square shape. So I'm just going to take, again, one way, right? Because we're working on natural nails. And you'll still see that some of the acrylic is still being pulled up. So that's just something that's from sitting underneath the nail. After I have the shape and everything complete, I am going to go wash my hands with soap and get all of that acetone off of my skin and just apply some cuticle oil and we're good to go. Alright, so now look at my nails. They look pretty good with all the acrylic off. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab my little buffing block now and I'm just going to buff my nails. This is just going to make everything nice and smooth. So I'm just going to buff my nails really gently with this little block. You can see, guys, it's so simple. I can remove it with a nail file, but I just found this was a little bit easier and more beneficial for more people in a situation where they have their nails done and they can't, you know, take them off and they're overgrowing. So I just thought it would be a little bit nicer. And I'm just going to take some cuticle oil and oil them up because all that acetone does dry it up, and you do need to restore that moisture back into your nails. So just do that. I'm just gonna rub it in. So yeah, and then you're left with the really nice, healthy, natural nails that are not peeled at all. As you can see, they're not peeled a single bit. But yeah, I hope you learned something and I hope that this has helped you guys get through this really weird time in our lives right now where we can go out and, you know, do little things that used to make us happy, as in like getting our nails done. So I hope you can do this at home and give yourself a spa-like treatment and, you know, put some positivity within yourselves, because it is, again, a really weird time we're all going through. And I hope and pray that everyone is staying safe through this time. But until next time, bye.